Hey y'all, welcome to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Amber and I love all things handbag related, with a little bit of emphasis on the brands Vera Bradley and Lug. I also occasionally, but very rarely, do some content related to concealed carry and how that works with all of these beautiful bags that I love. So if any of that sounds good to you, then stick around and let's hang out. So today's video is another Temu haul. I still have those other Temu hauls recorded that I just haven't got edited and put up yet. But these are all new items that have recently come in, and I wanted to go ahead and record this video and get it put up before those other ones because, y'all, honestly, I can't even remember what I've said in those. So in the next few that get put up, if I repeat myself, I do apologize. Just overlook me. It's been a stressful few weeks. But there's something I want to address before I even get into this haul. And I've been watching a lot of these hauls myself because it's really interesting and it's really fun to see what people are picking up, right? But one thing I continue to hear consistently in every Temu haul video that I watch is Temu's great, they have so much stuff, and it's so cheap. You can get so many things for such a great deal, for such a great price. And while that is true, that Temu is a marketplace where you can find tons and tons and tons of items for very inexpensive or very cheap prices, cheap doesn't always equal a good buy. You know what I mean? So I think the concept of Temu as a whole being that it's this marketplace where you can go to purchase really inexpensive items and receive them in a justifiable amount of time in reference to our, 2-day Amazon delivery habits, I guess you would say now. The whole concept of Temu just works better for certain categories of items than others. So what I mean by that is like anything that you could purchase from Walmart or Target that's not going to cost you an arm and a leg to begin with, say it's $10 or under, you can just about guarantee that you can find that item or a great substitute on Temu for a really, really good deal, for a really great inexpensive price. But cheap doesn't always necessarily mean a good deal or a good buy. So what I mean is certain categories of items work better for a platform like this when you're talking about buying something really, really inexpensive. So if you can walk into Walmart and Target and you can purchase kitchen utensils, if you could walk into Walmart and you could buy a really decent ladle for what, $3 to $5, and then you can also find a comparable label on Temu for 75 cents, that's a really good buy. Clothing, if you could walk into Walmart or Target or your local boutique and find a nice quality basic shirt for your wardrobe for $15 to $20, and you can find that same or comparable item on Temu for $7 or $8, that's a good deal. Fashion jewelry, that's a huge one. If you could walk into Walmart or Target and find a cute fashion jewelry item, meaning it's not made of real precious metals or real gemstones, and you can find that in Walmart or Target for $5 or $10, and then you can get on Temu and find something comparable for less than $1 or, a couple dollars, that's a great buy. Makeup. If you are someone like me that doesn't really know what the hell you're doing with makeup, but you like to play with it from time to time, your colored makeup is a great buy on Temu. Things that you want to be pigmented, eyeshadows, lipsticks, blushes, highlighters, contours, things like that are awesome to buy on there. Super inexpensive, like $1 or $2, and you get to play with tons of different colors and shades and things like that. That's a great buy, versus going into Walmart or Target and trying to pick out just a little eyeshadow palette that you're going to have to pay $10 for to try 4 shades, or a new blush that you need to pay $8 or $10 for, or what have you. You know what I'm saying? A lipstick that you're going to pay $6 or $7 for, and you don't even know if you'll really like the color. You can find items like all of the things that I have mentioned on Temu for really, really inexpensive prices, and it's totally worth it. And I would absolutely say that hands down. But there are other categories where I feel like Temu is like anywhere else. And if you want something that is going to be of some sort of decent quality and last you some length of time and not just break or tear up, then you're gonna have to put a little money behind it, just like anywhere else. So, the category I'm talking about there, or some of the categories, would be like tech. There are tons and tons of tech items on Temu. I have picked up a few of them that were really, really inexpensive, and they're fine. They work okay, but they're nothing stellar, you know? I've picked up a couple pairs of wireless earbuds from Temu. They were, I don't know, $6 or less, I believe. And they work okay, but they're not great quality. I can't tell you that they're going to continue to last for a long time. The sound quality on them it's fine. It's not great. You know what I mean? So, tech items. That's one category where I would say you need to be more careful. And if you want something of good quality, you can definitely find it on Temu for sure. But it's not going to be one of those super, super cheap items. You still need to put a little bit of money behind it. Handbags. Y'all know I'm the bag queen. I love bags. I am an equal opportunity handbag lover. If I see a bag, I think it's cute, I think the quality matches the price, I will pick it up in a heartbeat. No questions asked. On Temu, from my own personal experience, okay, I can tell you that the bags I have purchased that cost me, say, less than $12 to $15, they've been of questionable quality. They've been of questionable everything. I don't know how else to say it. But the bags that I have picked up that I put a little bit more money behind, say they were more in the $15 and over range, those have been really good and I've been really, really happy with it. As a matter of fact, if you watched my Temu handbag haul, you would have seen me show this little baby that I said was like a dupe for a Michael Kors bag. This is the bag that I'm currently in. Let me see if I can show you this. I have all of my stuff in here. And this thing is a Mary Poppins bag. It absolutely, without a doubt, holds more than you would ever think possible. This little bag is absolutely fantastic. I love it. It is incredibly comfortable. The quality on this one is really, really nice. I think this one was in the neighborhood of like $16-ish. Don't quote me on that because I don't remember 100%, but it was somewhere in that range. And I am incredibly impressed with it. The canvas material is really good. It feels robust. The handles, everything right down to the hardware on this one feels good. But I've also seen versions like this on Temu that were under $10. And when you really zoom in on those pictures and start looking, you can see how thin the canvas is. You can see all of the stray threads sticking off of all of the seam lines and the strap. And you can look and you can tell that the hardware is just not going to hold up to much. So, tech, handbags, anything again that if you walked into Walmart or Target or your local boutique and you couldn't pick up a very cheap version of it there, then Temu's the same way. You're going to have to put just a little bit more behind it to get something of a better quality. Of course, there are cheaper versions, there are more affordable versions, but you're going to trade off the quality for longevity, I guess. You're going to trade off the quality for the price. It is what it is. But there are exceptions to everything. I have found a few bags here and there kind of under that $10 mark that were really, really good and really surprised me. But as we get into this haul, I'm going to try to give you rough estimates on what I paid for some of these items. Some of the items I'm about to show you are fantastic. fantastic, like without a doubt. Some of them are, they could be better. But y'all know me, you know how I am. I'm very opinionated. I'm going to tell you how I feel as we go. I'm going to tell you whether I think it was worth it or whether it wasn't. I have everything in here from kitchen utensils and gadgets, clothing, makeup, bags, shoes, random things. I have a little bit of everything in here. So let me shut up now because I've already been talking for like, I don't know, I think that says, does that say 12 minutes? Oh my lord. I really gotta rein it in. But like I said, just keep it in mind, like, do your due diligence. Do your due diligence. Do your due diligence. There's not a lot of information on a lot of items on Temu, so really open those pictures up, look at them. Like, zoom in as far as you possibly can and look over the details and read the reviews if they're available. Like, don't just walk into it blindly and be like, hell yeah, a blender for $5. That's amazing. Just approach it with a commonsensical approach and do your due diligence, and you can find some really great bargains on there. They are there to be had. Just, you all know what I mean. You know what I'm saying. So let's get into this. So the first item I picked up is a ladle. Go figure. This is one of the coolest things I've ever seen in my life, though. This was like, I don't know, it was less than $1.59, 39 cents, something like that. And it is a traditional ladle. It's got a spout on one side, but it has the strainer on the other side. So, you make soup or what have you, and you get too much broth in your bowl, and you don't want more broth. You just want the meat and the veggies or what have you. You let the broth strain out, and then you dump that in there. Or if you want more broth, you scoop it up, and then you just let the it's just, you know what I'm saying. That's a ladle. That's super cool. That's awesome. Love this one. Definitely recommend. Very, very, very much worth it. I will say this plastic is not the most heavy duty that I have ever felt by any means, but it will hold up to most things, I would imagine. Like, this bend point right here is fairly stout, so I highly recommend it. Definitely worth it. This is less than $1. Pick it up. It's awesome. Along the same lines, I picked up this here little gadget. This was, again, I think like $1, if that. And this was supposed to be like a pot lid holder and a utensil holder. So it comes in two pieces. And if you see the little groove right there, this just slides into the groove. It is dishwasher safe. I've already used this and washed it. And when you look at it from the side, your pot lid sits here. So the handle of your lid will slide down in this little groove, and your lid will sit outward so that it doesn't, get condensation everywhere. And it's got these little grooves built into it to hold your lid in place. I suppose you could use it either way on either side, but I tend to use the smaller side and put my lid facing out this way. And then whatever utensil I'm cooking with, I'll lay on the back side on my counter so that I don't get stuff everywhere. And it's just like this little multi-purpose thing. This has been fantastic for cooking, for helping not make such a big mess on my countertops when I cook. So I love this one. Highly recommend this one as well. Okay, let's get into a few of the clothing items that I picked up. I didn't get anything too crazy. I got some shorts, some t-shirts, and then a couple of outer type shirts. The shorts are kind of buried in this giant Temu box that I have right here, which I guess I could show you. You can see my big old Temu box there that I have everything piled in and around. Something just fell. But the shorts are buried in the bottom, so I'll show you those in a little bit. But this t-shirt is one of the shirts that I picked up. It is a pocket tee, and I got this in an extra large. I got all of the shirts that I picked up in an extra large. I typically wear anything between a large to like a 2X, just depending on how it's cut, how it's made. And I just followed the measurements that were given for the shirts that I was looking at. I think these were around $6. And I will say the fabric on these is really nice. It has some stretch, some give to it. It's very soft. I have actually already washed and dried these because I wanted to see if they were going to shrink, how they were going to hold up. And I've worn this one all day today. I love the sleeve length on these because they don't go down past my elbow. I hate that. They're super comfortable, really nice. They have a little bit of a split on the side, so they sit really, they're just good. They're just really, really good basic tees. I really like them. So I got this gray one. And then I got this kind of olive green. This one is in more of a V cut. These are different shirts from different sellers, so I'll try to link everything in the description box if it's still available. So for each one of these, if it came from a different vendor, I will link it individually. But I got an extra large across the board in all of these, and they all fit perfectly. So I would just say go by the measurements listed on the screen under each size. So this one is more of a V-neck, and I got that one in like a kind of an olivey sagey green. And then this one again is like this one. It's more of the V-neck, and I got it in a yellow. And then this blue one, this navy one, is like the gray one that I have on. So it's more of the traditional like crew neck cut. So the gray one and the blue one will be linked under the same link, and then the green one and the yellow one will be under the same link because I got them from two different places. But those were the regular tees that I picked up. These all feel great, super soft. They didn't shrink, fit really, really well. I would definitely recommend these. The next clothing item that I picked up was this kind of flannel outer shirt. So I picked this one up for my son, but when it got here, he didn't like the way that it fit because it was a little bit tight through his shoulders. He is very broad through his shoulders, so we have to go a size or two up just to give him, flexing room across his shoulders. So he didn't really care for it, but I said, okay, I'll take it and I'll wear it as just, a light jacket type thing in the spring and fall or what have you. I like it. I think it's really cute. It is lightweight. The hood on it is like a... The hood on it is a little bit heavier weight, like a jersey knit, maybe. I don't really know fabrics, so I could be completely wrong on that. But this came from the men's section, I think. Yeah, I know it did because I ordered it for my son. But it is just a lightweight flannel type shirt with the hood. The fabric feels nice. It is, like I said, a thinner, lighter weight material, but it's nice. It's fine. This one was a little bit more pricey. I want to say like $12-ish, but I think this one was an okay deal. I don't think it was phenomenal, but I think it was okay. Okay, this next one in the clothing is a jacket. And I picked this one up. I want to say this one was around $18 to $20. But I just loved the look of it, so I had to get it and try it. And it does look more like I guess you would say a military type jacket. But it has these cinches on the inside where you can cinch it in a bit more to give yourself more of a feminine cut or flare to it as opposed to just straight down. It zips and it buttons. I think it was available in a bunch of different colors, and I wanted, well, it was like black, gray, a military green, khaki, something else. I can't remember. I actually wanted the green, but it was sold out at the time. And I really wanted to try it, so I went for the khaki. And I do really like it. It's got kind of, I don't know what you call these little details at the top up here, but it's got those. And then the sleeves will button and unbutton. Like I said, it's got the little cinch feature on it. It has 2 breast pockets that are functioning. You can unsnap them and put stuff in them. And then it has the 2 kind of like patch pockets right here on the front. It zips and snaps. I don't know, I just really like it. It feels kind of like a denim, I guess you would say. I like the look of it when it's cinched in just a little bit more than this, because it gives it more of that flared, curvier, feminine look. Kind of like that. I think that looks really nice. But it kind of feels like a denim jacket a little bit. A little bit like denim and canvas together, sort of. But it doesn't have a hood. It has the collar. It's just, I think this is a good jacket for spring, fall, you know, when you want a little bit of a layer, but not too much. So that was the next thing that I picked up, was this little jacket. Along the same lines, I guess, as clothing, is a hat. So I was in school in the late 90s, early 2000s, and at the time, Von Dutch apparel, Von Dutch motorcycles, I don't know if y'all are familiar with that, but Von Dutch was the rage. And I saw this pop up on Temu. I cannot tell you if this is legitimate merch from them or not. It's probably not, but I really don't know, because I have found some stuff on there. There's more stuff from Temu coming, and I'm telling you, you guys are gonna be shocked. But anyway, I found this little hat. It's like a trucker hat. It's got the adjustable mesh back on it. I thought it was super cute. I don't wear hats a ton. Like, I don't even think I could get this on right now to show y'all, because I've got my hair clipped back in the little clip thing, so I can't get it on right now. But if my husband doesn't like it and he doesn't want to wear it, because he wears hats a lot, like all the time, but if he doesn't like it and he doesn't want to wear it, then I'll wear it in the summer. You know, when we're outside playing with the kids or whatever, I like having a hat just so I don't scorch myself like a lobster, because I'm pale as a sheet of paper and I burn to a crisp. But I thought it was really cute. The hat itself seems, you know, like normal trucker hat quality. There's nothing cheap feeling about it. It feels like a normal trucker hat. Like I said, it has the little adjustments in the back and the mesh back, so it's more breathable and all that. But I thought it was really cute, so I picked it up. I think this came in 4 color variations. I went for the solid black and white. Okay, I'm just going to start randomly grabbing stuff, but I am going to save the bags for the very end. Everything before that, I don't know what order it'll be in. It'll be in whatever order that I pull it out in. But the next item I picked up was a phone case. So I have a Samsung Galaxy S22, the regular, not the Ultra, not the whatever it is, just the regular version. And I found these phone cases on there for like $1.99. They are like a flexible, they have tons of phone cases on there, first of all. But this one in particular is like that flexible kind of plastic. I don't know. And it came with this little piece. So if you've been here for a long time, you've been watching my channel for quite a while, you may remember that I love 4-leaf clovers. I have a 4-leaf clover tattoo. I just love 4-leaf clovers. So when I saw the little clover-esque design on this phone case, I had to have it. If you look really closely, it kind of actually looks like a clock and a 4-leaf clover, but I choose to just kind of ignore the little clock hand looking bits and just look at the clover. But this came with it, and then you just stick it on yourself wherever you want it. So I put it a little bit lower as opposed to right in the middle of my case, because whenever I hold my phone, I typically do this. I don't hold it up here, because if I try to hold it up here while I'm texting, I can't do it. So I hold it a little bit lower. So you just stick that part on yourself, and then it has the little ring, you know, it'll stand up like that, do whatever, and then the ring rotates all the way around. I liked it. It was $1.99. I would recommend. I've dropped my phone a few times since I've had this and had this case on it, and it's done fine. But then again, I don't think you can destroy a Samsung Galaxy. I've literally chucked my phone, you know, 20 feet across the room and never broke one, so knock on wood, I don't think they'll break. I think they're pretty tough. But the phone case was the next item I picked up. The next item I picked up was a lightning deal. So, if you're familiar with like Wish, then I think Wish does it. I've never actually bought anything from Wish. Well, no, I did once, but anyway. I think Wish does the lightning deals the same way, but Temu has a certain amount of items that they put up every day as a lightning deal. And that's essentially, they just put it on a huge discount and they sell it. And typically, you can only purchase one of whatever the lightning deal is, but it's usually like a phenomenal deal. It's typically not the super expensive stuff. It's generally more, the more inexpensive items, but they're still a really good deal. So this was a 5-pack of washcloths, dishcloths, whatever you want to use them for. I think dishcloths. But I got them for 9 cents. Like 0.09 for 5 of them. And they're a microfiber dishcloth. So these were well worth it. I have not washed these yet. Keep that in mind. I haven't washed them yet. But they feel really nice. Like, the fabric on them looks really nice. It seems well made. They have a little bit of give to them, not a ton, but a little bit. They're finished off on the edge really, really nicely, so I don't think they're going to unravel. And then they all have a little hook hanger thing on them. So there was a pink, a white. Was that the same shade? No, those are a little bit different. So this one's more of a pink. This one's more of like a peachy. And then a green. And then another pink. But there was 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. Either way, a 5-pack of dishcloths. So I will wash these before I upload this video. And if they came out of the wash really good and they seem to do good with washing dishes and things, I'll put a big green check mark in front of me right now. If they fell apart in the wash or they're just crappy and don't work very well, I'll put a big red X. So you'll know right now if they were worth the 9 cents. Still a good deal, even if you end up using them just as shop rags. I mean, literally, it's not even a dime. So, yeah, couldn't pass that up. Okay, let's get into a couple of makeup products. So these are the exact same product. Yeah, they're just the stickers on them opposite ways, but they're just a duo lipstick thing. I've been buying a lot of lipsticks off of Temu for some reason. I've been really playing with them, but so this is a duo. One end is the lipstick, one end is your liner. So you get your liner on one end, and I've already tried both of these. And then you get your lipstick on the other end. So what I can tell you about these is the formula seems fine. They are creamy. They go on very easily. But I don't feel like the liner matches the lipstick very well. They are not like waterproof, stay proof like they say they are. They come off very easily. And I probably won't buy them again. They were very inexpensive, like $1.50 each or something like that. So for a lipstick and a liner, well, let me just show you. But for a lipstick and a liner both, that's a really good deal. But I've purchased some other ones on there that I feel like did better. So this one, let's see. This one was in number... So the one I'm going to show you is number 3, if you can see that on there. So, let's see. So I'll do the liner on top. And then I'll show you the lipstick underneath of it, because I don't feel like they match very well at all. I like the color of the lipstick. I will use the lipstick off of this one, but not the liner. The other one, I wasn't crazy about either shade. But if you can see that there. Do you see that? That liner does not match that lipstick in the least. But it is really creamy formula. It feels nice on, but it's not transfer proof. And the liner did not match the lipstick. So, I personally wouldn't recommend these. But that's totally up to you. Give it a try if you want. Pass on it if you want. These just aren't my favorite. Now, this next one, I do like, and then I don't like. And I'll tell you why. So, this one is a brand called Dragon. I don't know what this is. I'll just show you the packaging. So that's what the front of the packaging looks like right there. And this one, again, is a lipstick and a liner, but they are separate in this one. And I think this was less than $2 as well. So these are supposed to be waterproof, transfer proof, like a matte liquid lipstick. So you have like a lip stick. I'm having a massive brain fart. It's a liquid lipstick that dries down into a matte that doesn't move. This one is true to its word. When you put it on, you leave it a few minutes, it dries down, it will not move. The liner, it stays on pretty well. It doesn't move a lot, but the liner will transfer a bit. The one thing I do not like about this is that that's all the liner you get. It does not turn up. I purchased this exact same set twice because I loved the color combination of these on myself. Really, really liked them. And the first one I got, the liner wouldn't roll up. I kept thinking it has to roll up. It has to do something. And I was like, well, maybe mine's just broken. Nope. Apparently that's just all you get, or I don't know how the hell to roll it up, or what I'm doing wrong. So, that's all I know about that one. I do like the lipstick, though, that comes with the set, so I may just try to use a different liner with it. But overall, I would recommend. I would just say be aware that you don't get a whole lot of the liner with these sets. But I do like the formulation of this lipstick. It goes on really smooth. It stays really well. It does not move. It does not transfer. And there was a bunch of color options. So this one I would recommend. Okay, the next makeup item that I picked up is called a Tattoo Brow Tint Pen. So this is what it looks like on the front. And like I said, I like to play with makeup, but I'm garbage with it. I don't have any on today, so don't judge me. But this is pretty cool, I think. So, it's like a liquid, I think. Don't hold me to that, because like I said, I don't know makeup. But if you can see those little prongs right there on the end, it makes like individual hairline looking strokes. So, let me try to show you again. So if you go to fill in your brows with this, I guess you would just, I haven't used this one yet, but I guess you would just make short strokes to imitate your hairline. And then you would let it dry. But that's essentially what it looks like. And again, I don't know what I'm doing with makeup, so don't judge the product based on my usage. But I think it'll work really well. Whenever I do try it out, I will show y'all how it ended up looking. Unless it's garbage and then I take it off. But I think it's a pretty neat concept. I'm excited to give it a try. It does seem like a good formula. It doesn't drag. It goes on there really nice and smooth. I'll let it dry for a minute and then we'll see if I can rub it off to see how that just fell out the other end. Did y'all see that? Okay. But we'll see if it moves or if it seems like it'll stay put. But I like it so far. But again, haven't really tried it yet, so we'll see. Okay, let's get into the shorts now. I picked up 3 pairs of shorts. So the first one I picked up is this navy blue pair. And typically in bottoms, if they are, like a stretchy type bottom like this, I'll wear a medium or large depending on how they're made. So for this one, I went with a large, and these are just a tiny bit big, but not enough to bother me. I haven't washed these yet, so they may shrink just a little bit in the wash, but I adore these. I have tried them on. They are so incredibly comfortable. This fabric is so soft. And these shorts are lined. So they're made to have like the biker short part on the inside to fit more snugly to your leg. And then they have the more flowy part on the outside. And that's the kind of shorts I really, really like, because I like the look of the flowy bit on the outside. But when they're super flowy, you end up showing your butt cheeks, and I don't care for that. So I like the little bicycle type short on the inside that's more snug to your legs, so you're not showing your booty cheeks. But these have like a wider waistband, extremely stretchy and comfortable. The fabric is just super soft. I would highly recommend these. Unfortunately, the only color that these came in from where I found them was the navy blue, but I have ordered a couple of pairs similar to this in other colors, so they'll be coming in the future. I will let you know what I think of those. But that's the first pair. This next pair is very similar to the blue ones. These are in a black, and they again are the kind of flowy on the outside with the bicycle short on the inside. I tried these on as well. These fit pretty good. I got these again in a large, and these have more of a flowy outer look to them than the navy blue ones did, but they have that, like I said, that same bicycle short inner layer, so you're not going to be showing your booty cheeks or anything with these. Again, fabric is so incredibly soft and stretchy and just comfortable. Like, highly, highly recommend these. The navy pair and the black pair, the navy pair only came in navy, but the black ones came in other colors. I will probably most certainly be going back to order more of these. I really, really like them. One thing I forgot to show you on the navy pair that is the exact same is that on the inner layer, the bicycle short layer, they both have a pocket right here. So if you wanted to use these for going to the gym, taking a run, walking your dog, playing outside with your kids, whatever, you do have a pocket to stick your phone in or your house keys or whatever it may be. And I love that the pocket is on the inside layer. So this little flowy bit is still there. Nobody would even know you have anything in that pocket. But I love these shorts. Like, highly, highly recommend. The navy blue pair didn't have a drawstring. The black pair does. It's like a shoestring type drawstring. You could probably just pull it out if you didn't want it, but love and adore these. I will be getting more of those for sure. And then the last pair of shorts that I ordered were kind of not a win for me. The shorts themselves are incredibly cute. They seem very well made. It's a completely different fabric. This one is more of I don't even know what you call it. There's no stretch in the fabric itself. That's kind of what it looks like up close. The elastic waist, of course, is stretchy. You have two pockets right here on each side, and then on these you also get a back pocket on each side right here. And then they both have like the hemline down here. So the let me try that again. So the quality of these is very nice. Like, the stitching looks really good. There's nothing hanging off of these. Everything is really straight. The fabric feels really good. But these are far too big on me. They're big in the waist, but I could cinch this up to make them fit in the waist. But I don't have a whole lot of like hip and thigh action going on. I'm more top heavy. And these are enormous in my hip and thigh area. So if you are someone that does have, a lot of hip and thigh cushioning area, whatever it may be, if you have more of an hourglass shape than I do and you're wider in your hips and thighs, these would fit you amazingly, because the way that they're designed, they come in more at the waist, at your natural waistline, and then they flare out to accommodate for a wider hip and thigh area. So there's nothing wrong with the shorts themselves. Like I said, they're super cute. They seem really well made. I think these were like $6, like you can't go wrong. They just don't fit my body type very well. So, like I said, if you have more of a hip and thigh area, these will work perfectly for you. And actually, if you are someone that, I was trying to see what size I ordered these in. That was part of my mistake too. I ordered these in an extra large and I should not have done that. But regardless, they're still made the way that I said that they were. You can clearly see it. They're designed for someone with more of that hourglass shape. So if you like these and that is your body shape, pick them up. You will love them. They seem really well made. They're really nice, really cute. They just don't fit me the right way. Okay, this next little item that I picked up is a pair of earrings, and these are fashion earrings, so they're not precious metals, or they're not real gold or real silver or anything like that. They are just gold toned. And if I can figure out how to open this, then I'll show them to you. But fashion jewelry has quickly become one of my favorite things to buy from Temu. I don't know if you'll be able to see them very well, but these are a pair of earrings that I picked those up from Temu, and I love them. I have worn the ever-loving dog you-know-what out of those since I got them. I think they're so cute. And when I saw these and they had kind of a similar look to them, I grabbed them as well. So I haven't worn these yet, but I think they are so daggone cute. These were like $1 something, I think. They were definitely less than $2. They came, I think these only came in gold. But super, super cute. They're just a, like, pop open earring. So they just open up like that. You put them through your ear hole, and then it just clips back into itself. I just thought they were so incredibly cute, and I loved the other ones I've picked up so much that I had to get these as well. So if you like fashion jewelry and you like to change up your earrings and play with them and all of that, I would highly recommend the fashion jewelry on Temu. Everything I have picked up thus far that has been fashion jewelry wise has been phenomenal. And like I showed you the pair of earrings I have in right now, I have already worn these probably 10 to 12 times or more, and they haven't tarnished at all. Like, they still look really nice, really pretty, sparkly, shiny. I think fashion jewelry is one of the like best categories you can get into for Temu, because it's so inexpensive. You can find so many playful styles and things. They're just really good. Highly recommend the fashion jewelry on there. The next thing I picked up was 2 more of these little twilly things. Y'all know that I love to wrap these around my handbag handles, or I like to use them as like a headband. I'll use them in my daughter's hair, but sometimes I'll tie them up in my hair like this, like a little headband. I like to put them around the straps or the, like the top handles on my handbags, especially if it's a lighter colored handbag, just to help keep grime and, gross stuff off of them. And y'all know I love green and blue and all that kind of stuff. So when I saw these, I had to get them. They feel really nice. They feel like, they feel silky, so I'm sure it's an imitation silk of some sort. But I just loved the colors in them. And it's kind of like a jungle scene. It has like a zebra in it and just all of this foliage, and it has flowers on it, and I just love the colors in it. And I love green, and I have green bags, and these will match really, really nicely. But I love to play with these. I'm not a huge bag charm kind of person, but I love to use these little twilly type things on my bags. So I got two of those. I love these Twillys. I think they're so super, super, super cute and functional, and they help keep your handbag handles from getting gross and dirty and stained, and I adore them. So I got two more of those. And then the next item I picked up were these. So these were called, I think these were called scarf rings. And they're a set of 5. I'm sorry for the noise, y'all. But it's a set of 5, so you get, how's the best way to show you this? So you get a silver, you get a regular silver, then kind of like a brushed nickel, a bright gold, and then kind of like a, I don't even know what you call that one, but more of like a matte gold, and then like a black gunmetal looking one. And if you're not familiar with what these are, they're called a scarf ring. So you can take a scarf, put it around you, and then you put it through the top loop, back down through the bottom one, and you can tighten your scarf up with it. But I got them because I have this problem where I think that I'm bigger than I am when I order like shirts online, and they end up getting here and then they're huge on me, but I don't return anything. Like, I'm just not a returner. I'm like, well, shit, sucks to be me, you know? But I thought, well, I can use these, and then those shirts that are way too big on me, I can kind of cinch them up and make them fit a little bit better, and I can make use out of them as opposed to just using them as like night shirts or, you know, sleep shirts. So you just take your shirt and you put it through the top ring from the back, and then you pull it down through the bottom one, and then you just like cinch it up on there. And it's just a different way to, you know how we used to take hair ties and we would, you know, tie the side of our shirt up to make it fit better so it wasn't hanging off of us. It's just a more elegant way to tie your shirt up instead of using a hair tie. But these are super cute. These were super, super affordable. Like, I don't know, I want to say they were like $1 something, less than $2 for all 5. So no matter what you're wearing or what color you want to match or what have you, you have an option for any color, any style jewelry, what have you. But these were a great buy, and I've already used these a couple times. So super glad that I picked those up. Okay, I think we've actually hit the like handbag portion of the video. I have a pair of shoes, but they're buried down in the bottom of the box. So I'll pull those out when I get to them. But I'm going to start showing y'all some of the bags that I picked up in this round. Again, some of them are okay, and then some of them are really, really good. But I am going to give you the price, you know, the price differences as I go, and you'll see what I was talking about. Okay, so these first two aren't technically handbags. These are more like reusable shopper bags. These were like $2 something each, but I'll show you this one. I thought they were super cute. If you're familiar with luxury fashion, again, this will look very familiar. It's kind of like a Goyard type print. So I'll pop in a picture really quickly of what I'm talking about here. Obviously, Goyard is hand-painted and all of that. This is not. But it's that same aesthetic look with the print. And this does fold up into its little pouch. So it has the little loop here. You can hang it off of something if you choose. And then it just folds out. I can't talk. And then it just folds out. So you pop it out, and obviously it has a little pocket there. But you open it up, pocket will go inside, and then you have this really nice size reusable bag. So it will fit over the shoulder, but it's just huge. It's just a giant reusable bag. So this one doesn't have like a proper base to it. It does just come to a flat point at the bottom, but it's huge. The stitching on it and everything seems okay. I'm not going to say it's the best because I can see like a loose thread already right there, if y'all can see that one. So I can't speak to how well these are going to hold up. The material is quite thin, but it seems robust for what it is. I don't know that I would be putting like, you know, 3 gallons of milk in this, but for, you know, a regular short grocery run or something like that, I think they would be fine. And then they fold up and go back into their little pocket pouch. So let me see if I can do this. I did this once already, and I'm super proud of myself for getting it folded back up, because I typically struggle with these things. If you've been around for a while and you saw my plight with the Vera Bradley packable raincoat, then you'll know what I mean. I definitely struggle when it comes to these, but let's see how it goes. That wasn't bad at all, and I actually got it folded up pretty flat again. So I like these quite a lot because they do fold up like a nice, neat little rectangle, so they'll slot down in, you know, the majority of your handbags fairly well, I think. But I just really liked the color. Y'all know I love green, and I'm always in the market for a good reusable bag like this that won't take up a ton of room. So I picked up a couple of those. This next bag that I picked up, I'm not going to try to say is a dupe of anything because I don't know. I just thought it was super cute, and I'll probably end up giving this one to my daughter because I can't see myself getting a ton of use out of it, just because this one is really, really small. And look, I can do small bags, but I can't do teeny, teeny, tiny ones. And this one seems fairly small. It might surprise me, but you have a faux leather type strap on it. It does not move. It does not adjust. It is wholeheartedly just a little shoulder bag. But I just thought the print on it was so darn cute with like those tropical looking flowers. They remind me of like, is it a hibiscus? I'm not really sure because I am not up on my flowers. But I think that's what it is. It was just really cute and really tropical looking. And I love the colors in it. So it has a zipper top. Like I said, it is just a little shoulder bag. On the front, you have a little teeny tiny baby slip pocket. And then on the back, you have a little zipper pocket there. Again, not huge, but it's decent sized. And then you have more room on the inside than I thought. It's not too bad. So if you were, say, going on vacation to Hawaii and you were going to go to a luau for dinner, this would be a cute little luau bag, I think. But this one, I just thought was so stinking cute with the little print that it had, that I picked it up. Because this one was one of those bags that was definitely less than $10. I want to say this one was like $6 maybe. So for $6, that one's really cute, really worth it. The stitching on this one looks pretty daggone good. This is a nice kind of nylon material. It's got some sort of branding right here. It says like Keto Club. It's got nice piping trim on it. The zipper is kind of like a chunky plastic nylon type zipper. It's not bad. It is not bad. For the price, I would say if you like the look of it, I would recommend this one for sure. Okay. This next bag, I found another version of, or another dupe of sort of the Prada re-edition type bags. And I picked this one up because it had silver hardware. I do tend to lean more towards silver palladium type hardware simply because my engagement ring and my bands and everything are white gold, and I really don't care to match my jewelry to my, handbag hardware or anything like that. But I tend to think that silver actually makes handbags look more modern, more youthful, as opposed to gold, which in my mind is more of a classic ladylike type hardware, I guess you would say. But this one I do remember was like $5.95 or $5.96. And from afar, you can see the little upside down triangle-ish symbol that is gonna give people a throwback to Prada. It comes with the little zipper pouch again. And this is, just an open pouch, nothing crazy. And that is what the little symbol on these look like. So the little pouch has the clip on the back of it. This is definitely not the most heavy-duty hardware I've ever felt in my life, but I've felt worse as well. The chain on this bag is incredibly cheap looking, as you can see. So if I decide to actually use this chain will be chopped off, and I will use one of my own chains that I have that are better. And then it comes with an incredibly cheap little nylon woven strap. So, like I was saying at the beginning of this video, you get what you pay for. $5.95. This is nylon. This is incredibly, thin, flimsy nylon. The bag itself, while the material is fairly thin, I'm not going to say that the bag is terrible. And I'm not going to say that the pouch is terrible either. But the chain strap, this strap, they're very, very cheap, very poor quality, and you can tell that. This bag itself is very thin, has no pockets, nothing to it, but it does have a decent amount of space with it, and it does have some piping trim that give it a little bit of, it just gives it a little bit more shape, you know what I mean? The little hardware bit on there is whatever, it's fine. It definitely harkens back to the Prada re-edition, but, overall, this is $6. It's $5.95. You get a very, kind of thin little nylon bag with a thin little nylon pouch, a cheap chain strap that is not removable on its own, so if you want to take it off, you will cut it or pull it off. Actually, I'm sure you can just pull it off. Like, if I try hard enough right here, I'm sure that I could probably get it off without much issue. Yeah. So, let me just pull it off and let me get one of my own chains, and let's see if that makes it look any better. So, I grabbed one of my chains, but just for a reminder, here's the little chain that it came with. And if we really wanted to have fun with it, I have this big chunky black chain. Let's see how that looks. This chain's 14 times heavier than the bag, but that's pretty cute. That gives it a completely different look, a completely different vibe. If you really wanted to go all out with it, you could change out these D-rings to more of like a gunmetal or a black D-ring. But since they are already silver, let's try a silver chain that I already had. And that already gives it a more high-end look, in my opinion. A more expensive look than the chain that it came with. The chain that I put on there that was mine has a more uniformed look to it. It's just cleaner. The chain itself is a tighter weave. I don't know what you call it, but you can see what I mean. Like, the chain makes a huge difference on it. So, obviously you can if you keep it on your shoulder, you can use it just as a little shoulder bag. Or you could put any other black strap on it and make it a crossbody, however you wanted to do it. But that was the first one that I picked up. Okay, this next bag I think is so cute. It's so stinking cute. So this, all over it, if you can tell, it says pink. So it would be like the Victoria's Secret pink label that they have. But it's just like a graphic print. It's a little Speedy-esque barrel type bag. But it's a little bit different. It's not just your traditional. So it has the two shorter handles here. You can definitely get those over the crook of your arm. This is a nylon. It feels really nice. All of the stitching on it looks really good. I think this was around the $10 or $12-ish mark. There are no pockets on the front or the back, but you have this pocket on the end that is a zip pocket. It's just one nice large pocket there on the end. So let's see, here's my phone case. So my phone fits in there really nicely. So I would imagine most phones would fit in there. Maybe not like your ultra plus size phones or what have you, simply because mine is pretty much the width of the bag. But your average phones will fit in there. And then the top of this one is pretty interesting. So you have two zippers here, if you can see, one here and one here. This did come in other colors as well. I just like black and white. So you can unzip both of these, and they both lead into one main pocket. You have Velcro on the end there that opens up to give you really nice access into one really large, spacious, open compartment. And I think whenever I go to use this, I probably won't even zip it. I'll probably just put that flap over the end, and then, you know, you would have quick access in there, but your items would still be fairly secure. But I kind of dig it. I kind of like it. It's different. It's neat. It's unique. And then if you've seen my equip bags that I've shown before, the little D-ring fixtures on these are kind of similar to those, although these are plastic and the equip ones are more of a metal feel. But you get this long adjustable nylon strap, and just says pink on it. And then the little clips on them are more like a carabiner type clip. It's an interesting design. The strap obviously is two-tone, so it'll be like, depending on which side you're showing. But at its shortest length here, see if I can show you, it makes a cute little shoulder bag there. And then if you adjust it all the way out, I'll show you how long it'll go at its longest here. Maybe. Okay, yeah, so that's as long as it will go. And it will go crossbody on me. So if you're much taller or bigger than me, I would say it may not be long enough. But if you're fairly average size or about my size, then it'll go crossbody. Although I'm not sure that I would want to wear it crossbody because it is quite kind of squared off and chunky and bulky. But I think it's really cute. I would probably use it more like a long shoulder or short shoulder bag, or just carry it more handheld, you know, crook of the arm type thing. But either way, I think this one is really cute. And I think for the price, as far as a really spacious, good quality nylon bag goes, this one is pretty good. This next bag is so incredibly cute, but it was a huge disappointment because it arrived broken. So this is a dupe for the Gucci bamboo something. I don't know. I'll put a picture in for you again. This one is a really good dupe. But like I said, this one arrived broken. So This little bamboo looking handle is not bamboo. It's more of like an acrylic. And like I've mentioned before, Temu is all about shoving their items into a poly mailer type bag and really cramming them in there. And this was not protected in the slightest. So it was completely snapped in two when I received it. Now, this is a teeny, teeny, tiny, like uber small bag. Like, I don't know, it might be about 7 inches across, maybe by about 5 inches tall, and maybe 2.5, no, probably like 2.25 deep. But I actually ordered this for my daughter because it was so small and so cute. I showed her a photo of it and she thought it was so stinking cute and she wanted it. So I did contact Temu's customer service about it, and I uploaded a photo, sent it to them, and was like, look, this arrived to me completely smashed and broken. And it was also, like, completely smashed up like this as well. And they were really kind about it. They were like, absolutely, we'll give you your money back. You don't have to return it, you know. And so they refunded my money. I had the option to have it refunded to my original payment method or to just take the credit. I just took the credit because I already knew I was ordering more. But I think I'm still going to try to save it for her and glue it back together. I'm just going to get some, you know, super glue, crazy glue, and put it back together because it broke pretty seamlessly. Like, the break was clean. There's nothing missing from it. I can't get it lined up perfectly right now for some reason, but it does line up perfectly. And so I think I'm just going to take some crazy glue and try to glue it back for her so she can still use it because it is so stinking cute. But either way, it has this little top handle that will lay down. And then you have this little turn lock on the front that also looks like bamboo. And you just turn it and this lifts up. And then it does come with the longer adjustable removable crossbody strap. And then on the inside here, I don't think there are any additional pockets. No, because it's a teeny tiny bag as it is. But it does have a zipper on it as well. If for some reason you felt like you still needed more security, which I don't think is necessary. But my daughter absolutely loves it, and I think it's super cute as well. Don't quote me on this one, but I want to say this was around $10-ish. The little turn lock on it works really well. I mean, you can hear it click into place, so it works really, really well. The material itself is not bad. It's not the best by any means, but it's not bad. It's finished pretty well. The stitching on it looks pretty good. So for the price, I think this is a good one. I just wish that the handle hadn't broken. So I will try to fix it so she can still use it because I think it's so, so super cute. But that was the next bag I picked up, the little Gucci dupe. The next one I picked up was another one of these little Coach dupe bags. I love these, you guys. Like, I can't get enough of them. They're so, so good. These are around $16 to $18. Prices on Temu fluctuate. They go up, they go down. And like I mentioned, I think it was in one of those original Temu haul videos that I haven't uploaded yet. But you can go into Temu and you can look at your previous orders. And it will say, occasionally, it will say request a price adjustment. And that's if the price of an item that you have purchased has went down in the past 30 days or in the 30 days since you purchased it. You can request a price adjustment and they will refund you that money in Temu credits. So I think that's a really good policy that they have, or it's really good for the customer. So I have gotten price adjustments on a few of these that I've purchased when the price has dropped a little bit. And those price adjustments can add up, you guys. Like, I have probably got $20 to $25 back in price adjustments. So, check that out. This one is a little bit of a bummer because I don't know if you'll be able to see it, but on the little C there are a couple of little chip marks, which aren't a huge deal to me. Like, you can't really see them super, super bad. Like, you can see them, like, right up there, but they're not too bad. The part that really kind of bums me out is this circle right here. If I can show you that. This circle is super visible in real life. Is it showing up? There it is. Can you see that circle indented right there? It's like a perfect circle. And this bag was pressed up against something else in one of those poly mailer bags, and now it has this little circle permanently indented on it. That drives me insane. But I'll get it out somehow. I think I can use the hairdryer on low and maybe work that out a little bit. Either way, this is the beige nude colored version of the little Coach bag that I have been obsessed with. Not Coach, the Coach Dupe bag. Again, these are just one open pocket. They have a really good amount of room in them. They fit my essentials. So, you know, that's a wallet, keys, phone, hand sanitizer, chapstick, small catch-all. Like, it holds it all. It has one little slip pocket right there, if you can see that. Other than that, it is just one open pocket, and it is a mag snap. The magnet works really, really well. It catches really nicely. And then you get 2 straps with these. So you get a shorter shoulder strap that has this still bizarre to me little chain bit on it with the razor blade looking bit, which I still don't understand. I don't know why they didn't do just a full chain strap or just, you know, the faux leather bit here. And then you also get the longer adjustable, removable crossbody strap. Now, I've mentioned, well, I don't know if I have or not, but these straps are okay. They're not the best in the world, and they're definitely not the worst I've ever seen. They are 2 layers at least, if you can see that. Some of the other straps we've seen have been garbage, but I, again, think just a regular gold chain strap on this would look really cute. And since all of these have had gold hardware, this is most likely what I would do with it. If I wanted the shoulder length, I would put that one on there. But just to use it like a little top handle, I would probably go with the little chain as opposed to the bizarre half chain, half faux leather thing. So I would probably leave this one on and just let it kind of hang in the front. And then use this one if I wanted it crossbody. But I think the simple gold chain just gives it, you know, a more classy look to it. But I adore these. These are some of the best little dupe type handbags that I found on there. And even more so than it being a dupe, they're just a really good little bag. They hold more than I thought they would. They seem to be pretty good quality. I just wish they would pack them better so they didn't get so smashed in transit. But that was the next bag that I picked up. So looking back at the eyebrow stuff really quickly, like, it, yeah, it stays put. It doesn't move. So there's that. Okay, this next bag is kind of a disappointment. I'm not going to lie. So, this one, when I saw it on Temu, reminded me of a bag from a company called Songmont. They are, I want to say, a Chinese brand that's kind of up and coming. I haven't heard a whole lot about them, but they are gaining popularity. But they had a bag that's kind of similar to this, and that's what this reminded me of when I saw it on Temu. So I decided to pick it up and give it a try. Now, this bag is designed so that you can use it 2 different ways. You have these little shorter, round handles right here that you can just grab and carry it this way. Or you can use the shoulder strap, which you have to attach yourself, And you can turn the bag this way, and it has a mag snap in here. And then you can use it as a shoulder bag. It is a shoulder bag only. This is nowhere near long enough to be a crossbody, and it is not adjustable. Well, it's adjustable like one hole on each side, but not enough to actually, you know, adjust much. This bag had so much potential, but it just let me down. So first and foremost, this strap is extremely cheap on this one. Like, I don't know if you'll be able to see it, but it is just so incredibly flimsy and just, I don't know, I'm just not impressed with it. Like, if I show you this side, it's already got threads, like big long threads hanging off of it. If I show you the inside of these little loop circular handles, you can see how wonky those are. The material itself just feels kind of cheap. Like, you can just, I don't know, it just has that really cheap feel to it, you know what I mean? And then on the inside, you get this little pouch that comes with it, which I guess is because there's no real zip closure or anything like that on this bag. So you can set it inside there and maybe zip up some of your items. I don't really know. But the inside of the bag itself has no pockets or anything like that. It does have like a microfiber type lining on it. But when I show you the inside of this bag, you'll see what I mean about how it just seems super cheap. So, looking at this little circle bit again, the little circle handle, you can see how it's finished on the inside there. It just doesn't look nice at all. You can see the same exact thing on this other side over here. It just doesn't look good. You can see the stray threads coming out everywhere. If I show you around the mag snap on this side, you can see the stray threads again there. It had potential. It could have been really, really good. But I think they missed the mark on this one. This one, I recall, was about $12. So kind of right on that threshold I was talking about of if you want something nice, you need to pay just a little bit more to get it. We finally made it to the shoes, and then we have 3 more bags and we're done. So these are the shoes I picked up. They are I think they called them a platform sneaker. I am not 100% sure on that. But these were around, I want to say $15 maybe. I am not 100% sure on that, so don't hold me to it. But they do have a little bit of a platform to them, if you can see there. They have this strange little zipper detail on the side. It's not functional, like it doesn't do anything, but it says Evolutions. I don't know if that's a brand or what that is. I've never heard of it. I'm not up on my shoe brands, so I couldn't tell you that part. But it has the little pull thing here. And it's just a regular lace tennis shoe. I got them in a size 7, which is my true regular size. I can wear anything from a 6.5 to an 8, just depending on how it's made. But typically, I am right around a 7, 7.5. And I got these in a 7, I'm pretty sure. It may have been a 7.5. I don't know. Whatever a 39 is, that's what I got. But I've tried these on. I haven't worn them out yet, obviously, but I have tried them on. They're really, really comfortable. And they come with a removable insole already in them to make them a little bit more cushy and comfy. So I can appreciate that. But yeah, they're really comfortable. They do have a little bit of a height platform to them. It's not huge, it's maybe like an inch, but I like them. They're comfortable. I thought they were really cute. And I love just a good white basic tennis shoe type, shoe like this. So that's the shows. Alright, this next bag right here, what does this make you think of? What does it make you think of? It's a Dooney, right? 100%. This is a Dooney dupe. A Dooney and Burke dupe inspired by bag. I'll have the picture up here really quickly. I picked this beautiful, bright, kind of teal blue color because y'all know I'm a sucker for blue. You have this nice front zip pocket here. This one did come to me smashed to bits again, because that is always what happens regardless. This does have the longer adjustable removable crossbody strap. You have your D-rings on each side. And because it was smashed up, the zipper on it is a little wonky right now. But it's still nice and smooth. Your two handles right here, your two top handles, these are very structured, very stiff. Like, you can pull the handles apart to pull the bag open if you want. So, this does come with a nice adjustable, removable crossbody strap. I obviously haven't used this or taken it out yet, but this strap seems to be pretty good quality. It's got a nice edge coat finishing on it. It's got more of the dog leash trigger snap type connectors. That one is stuck. Why are you stuck? Oh, there it goes. That one's a little stuckaroony, but that's okay, it works. It is a buckle adjuster, if you can see that right there. But, seems pretty good quality. And then again, on the inside, this is laid out just like a Dooney. So, we have nothing on the back. And then on the inside, it's a little wrinkled up. Oh, we have the little leather patches with the feet on the bottom, like a Dooney. Now on the inside, the back, there are no pockets, but on the front, we get, again, that Dooney-esque zipper on the top with the slip pocket below it. If you can see that. So, slip pocket there. And then zipper pocket above it. So, very, very Dooney-esque. But I thought this blue color was just beautiful. I love this shade of blue, you guys. Like, literally one of my favorite colors in the entire world. But I love this shade of blue. I like the blue trim. Dooney and Burke is a brand that I find I either like or really, really dislike. There's no in between for me. But I don't have any of their bags right now. I used to have a few, but I think I sold them. But this is very much a Dooney inspired bag. You can clearly see that. And it's a very classic shape and silhouette with that kind of domed bag shape that every brand under the sun has made their own version of this. So you can't go wrong with one of these. I want to say this one was right around $18 or $20, give or take. But I would definitely recommend this one. It came in a plethora of colors, like probably 15 or more colors. So if you like this silhouette, this overall shape and size, I can tell you that strap will go crossbody for sure. These shorter handles will go crook of the arm, no problem. So if you like this overall shape and silhouette and all of that, I would definitely recommend this one. Pick a color that you like. So that was the next bag that I picked up. Okay, we're down to the very last two items, the last two bags. I'm going to go ahead and tell you before I even show you these last two bags that I picked up were more expensive, especially for Temu. These were I think one was 50 something dollars and one was 60 something dollars. But both of these are supposed to be real genuine leather. I can't confirm or deny that either way because I am not a leather expert. I just don't know. But I really, really loved the look of both of them. So I'm going to give you a full in-depth, my first thoughts, my first impressions over them. So this is the first one. And it came like this. So it was taped up on the end right here. I just untaped it. And you can see this says like Zuler. So that is the supplier, whoever, the seller on Temu that I bought this bag from. They are called Zuler. So you take it out of that plastic bag. It was wrapped in a little bit of tissue paper. And then it was in a dust bag. Now, I will say that this dust bag is leaps and bounds above the other dust bags that I have received on some of these bags. This one is thicker. You can tell it's just a better quality dust bag. And I know that's a minute detail, but, you know, things like this matter to us crazy handbag ladies. And if you're like me, then you want to know, because the details right down to the dust bag can make a difference. So, it was in the better dust bag. And then it had the cardboard on the front and the back. Just kind of protecting the outside of it a bit. So, that's the back of it. Let me flip it around. So this is the front of the bag. Now, let me take the rest of this styrofoam off really quickly, and then I'll get into the details with you. Alright, so I got the styrofoam off. Now, I already mentioned to you that this is supposed to be real leather, and like I said, I cannot confirm or deny that fact because I just don't know. But I was drawn to this bag for a few different reasons. One, I like this color. It also came in a blue that is now available after I bought this one. That kind of really pisses me off because I wanted the blue. But I do like this taupey gray color as well. And then it has this little turn lock feature here on the zipper pull that reminds me of the Coach Swinger bags. So if you're not familiar, I'll put a picture up here again just to show you. But this little feature reminded me of that, and I thought it was extremely cute. It is just a little turn lock, so you just turn it, you know, whatever way. You pull your zipper pull off, and then the zipper on it is actually really smooth. It was just hung up there for a second. But while all this is good and great, the other thing that I really thought was pretty cool about this bag was the strap. So, if I show you the outside of this bag, you can see this little kind of push pin thing there. They're along the top of the strap here. There's one right there. And you can see these little notches on the bottom, the little leather bits. And you can see how the strap is fed through that. So, this strap will adjust into a bunch of different positions. So, let's give it a try and see how it does. See what it actually looks like. So, if we undo this, then we have the strap completely disconnected in two pieces. So, I'm going to put it on the longest little bit right there, and let's see if it will go crossbody on me, because I don't know if it will or not. Okay, I didn't actually push the bottom one through just because I'm going to take it back off in a minute and I don't want to have to fight with it. But this is on its longest setting. And, yeah, it'll kind of go crossbody on me, but I would never wear that as a crossbody because that's a boob bag on me, let's be real. But it is a good, like, long shoulder length. I would definitely wear it like this. So, that's one adjustment. Now, obviously, we have more. Because this strap has holes all the way up it, literally all the way up to the other end. So I am thinking that in the advertisements, I'm not going to show you each and every single adjustment, but in the advertisements for this, they show the strap going through here, and then you feed it through the bottom again, through both sides, just like a belt. And then, let's see. Yeah, that would be the shortest. So at its very, very, very shortest, let me get it fixed just right. This would buckle onto here on this side. So we have the very tail end of the strap pushed in that little kind of pin on that side. And then it would be pushed in the pin right here, but I'm not going to push it in that one right now. And then the two on the end would be pushed in there, but I'm not going to push those in just yet either. And then it makes that little kind of dumpling hobo handbag style that's super popular right now. So that would be really, really cute over the crook of your arm, or if you truly just wanted to hand carry it. Now, this little zipper bit on the end, this will tuck in. I just haven't done it yet, so ignore that. But that would be super cute as just a little handheld bag, and it will just kind of smash in and make that really cute little kind of dumpling shape on the side. That is really cute, but I would never wear it that short. So let me pull this strap back out. So if we want just a good shoulder length, let's see. I kind of liked it where it was in the beginning with the end of the strap just tucked right here. And then I think it would be that one. Yeah, it'd be this one. Okay, so now we're back at that kind of just mid shoulder length. This is gonna drive me crazy, so I gotta tuck it in. And I didn't even notice it, but you do have a little keeper bit here if you wanted to move it over, I guess. That's probably more for the other side, but we'll scooch it over, no big deal. But that is more of just your kind of standard shorter shoulder length bag. I actually think I kind of like it on the longer length, more like a long shoulder bag. So I know I'm probably driving y'all crazy with all this adjustment right now, but let me do it one more time and I'll quit and I'll show you the inside. Okay, that took forever. I just about couldn't get that little pin pushed through right here. But here's what I settled on for now. I do wish the strap was a little bit longer so I could use this crossbody properly. But I have plenty of crossbodies and it's a super cute little shoulder bag like this. So I settled on a shoulder length, you know, right around this area. I like that quite a lot, actually. So you can see this is very simple, very minimalist kind of design. It has no pockets on the front or the back. I do like the way that looks. So where I adjusted it, there's just a little bit of the tail piece kind of tucked down under there. I could still, you know, just throw this over the crook of my arm and go, or I could even hand carry it because it still doesn't hit the ground. So let me show you the inside of this now really quickly. I'll just flip that over so it's not in the way. So take the zipper off. Let me pull this out. They did have it stuffed really nicely. I can say that for sure. So the inside of this one, it's okay, so that's interesting. I didn't realize it, but the very bottom of this bag is structured. So down here, from this seam right here to this seam, this is hard. This is firm. There's something firm in there to keep the bottom structured. So I like that actually. Okay, so on the inside of this bag, you have a really nice, pretty kind of like a blue silk looking lining. You have one slip pocket there, and then you have one zipper pocket there on the back. And it has a little creed down in there. What does that say? Just says Zuler 2. And then their little animal is like a cheetah or a leopard right there. That's cute. But I do like this bag quite a lot. Like I said, I do wish that the zipper, or not the zipper, my goodness. I do wish that the strap was a little bit longer. However, the overall design and aesthetic of this, I think it's really nice. It's really chic. I was looking at the quality while I had you guys paused because I could not get the strap fixed. And this is beautiful quality. The stitching, I mean, everything looks really nice on it. Like I said, I can't tell you 100% whether it's actual leather or not, but it's a beautiful bag either way. My one con is that I just wish the strap was a little bit longer. But I definitely think this will hold my essentials. I like this simple design. I really like it. So this was the second to last bag. We've got one more to go. So let me put this one back up and I'll show you the very last item, the very last bag. Okay, and then the very last item, the very last bag for this haul arrived in this. So this one came in its own box. This box was in the larger Temu box, so this bag was actually protected. And again, this one is supposed to be real leather. I can't tell you if it is or not. I have no clue. But when you open this up, this is a nice box too, by the way. It just pushes out from the front and lifts open. So on the inside flap right here, I didn't pay attention to this earlier, but it says, "We cross mountains and seas just to meet you. Thanks for waiting." Jelly Aomos, founded in 95, is deeply rooted in something that I cannot pronounce. One of the greatest companies in China with nearly 30 years of experience producing luxury brands. Jelly Aomos aims to provide high quality and designer handbags for every fashionable woman. So I can tell you right off the bat that I like that this came in its own box. So there's what that says if you want to pause it and try to read it really quickly. But so this came in a box, and then in the box was this bag. My only qualm with this is, why was it not in a dust bag? The box is great, but it should have been in a dust bag too. I mean, come on. So, in the bag, this one again had the little cardboard pieces to protect it. And if I take those off, look at how stinking cute this is. Okay, so let me pull out this first strap. So this came with two straps. It has a shorter shoulder strap and then a longer strap. Let me connect this one. Now, don't pay attention to this right here. If you nope, I haven't shown it yet. But this little, like, I don't know what it's called, but this kind of little clip right here with this D-ring, I added on to each side to make this strap a little bit longer. But regardless, this has excellent quality hardware on it. It is nice and chunky. It has a good weight to it. It feels robust. It feels nice. But the way that it connected directly onto this D-ring like this, it made the strap want to turn outward like this, and I didn't care for that. So I added these little bits so that it would lay nice and flat. So when I initially saw this bag, it came in 3 colors, I believe. There was like a white creamy color, a pink, which I almost got, and then this green. But y'all know how I feel about green. I couldn't pass the green up. I had to get the green. But I picked this up because it has the little cinches, and this is fairly new, fairly stiff, but it will cinch in a little bit. But I picked this up because it reminded me of 2 different bags. So with this strap on now, it reminded me of it's either a Bottega or a Loewe bag. I can't remember which one it is, but I'll put the photo up here of that one that I'm talking about. This one reminded me of that. And then it also reminded me of a bag from Coach called the Coach Andy bag. So I'll put a photo of that one up as well for you to see. But it's just this super cute little cinch type bag. Like I said, it has this shorter strap, which with my little additions here, I did make it just a bit longer than it would have been naturally. So with the additions, I would say, yeah, you could totally use that as a little shoulder bag if you wanted. Without the additions, it's going to be, you know, a little higher up. And I wouldn't say that would be super comfortable. I'm about to trip over my own chair. But I wouldn't say it would be super comfortable. Alright, y'all, I apologize my light died, but we're just going to have to finish this without it. So, I can't even remember where I was at. But, like I said, this reminds me of, it's either the Loewe or the Bottega bag and the Coach Andy bag. Both of which are super cute, kind of little cinchy drawstring looking bags. Y'all know I adore green. And this is not quite like a bright lime green. It's more of like a... I don't even have a clue how to describe this green. But it's kind of like a brighter sage green mixed with a little avocado green, if that even makes sense. I don't know. But you can make it a little shoulder bag like that. And then it, like I showed you, it has the little cinch closures on it. And then it also comes with a longer strap. So let me show you this one really quickly. So I haven't played with this one yet. I don't know if it'll go crossbody. I haven't done anything with it just yet. So let's see. It's on its shortest setting right now. And I have no idea what is going on with the color on the screen right now, but it looks like it's going super wonky on me, so I apologize. But it's on its shortest setting right now, so let's connect that and see what it looks like. So I'm just going to connect it straight onto the D-rings that it comes with, not the little added pieces that I put on there. So the hardware on this one also is really, like I said, really good, really thick quality. Does it have a little keeper piece here? It does. Fantastic. So it has the little keeper bit for the end of the strap as well, which is fantastic. So on its shortest setting here, that's where it falls on me. So this would be a long shoulder, because on its shortest setting, that is definitely not a crossbody for me. Let me pull it out and we'll see how it does with that, but I still think, I have a feeling it's going to be a little bit short still. Okay, so we've got it adjusted all the way out on its longest setting now. Oh, that's not bad actually. I could do that crossbody. That is not bad at all. But just for giggles, let me attach it to the extra little bits that I put on here. because that will give it maybe just an inch or two of additional length. I have a feeling I'm going to like that even better. Oh yeah, so that makes it even better. That's actually a really good length. That's really comfortable. That strap is still looking a little wild, but it's been all folded up, so just ignore that. And another thing I can tell you is whether this is real leather or not, it is incredibly, like, incredibly buttery, soft, and smooth. Like, this is a smooth leather, or faux leather, whatever it is. It's supposed to be real leather, so it is a smooth leather, and it is so incredibly buttery soft. The stitching on it looks really, really good, really nice. All of the edge coating looks really nice on it. It's clean. They've done a good job on it. So the front and back essentially had these two leather panels there, if you can see those. And they do come to like a point to give it a little bit of a structured look along the bottom. But let me take all these straps back off so I can show you the inside better. Alright, so I just disconnected both of the straps again so they weren't in the way there. But I guess, truthfully, you could use it like this as well, just like an oversized kind of pouch clutch, but I don't think I would do that because it's a little big for that. So this also came with a little tag attached to it that I just put on the inside. Let me open it back up. So without it being cinched, it is very much kind of a square rectangular shape, and it has a magnetic closure at the top. It's a really good magnet, catches really nicely. And then the inside is very, very simple. You have nothing in here but one slip pocket along the back right there. So it is basically one open cinch pouch. But I really like it, you guys. This was the most expensive bag that I purchased, the most expensive item out of this entire haul. And I'm actually very pleased with it. I was a little bit worried about it because this one was about $60, I think, give or take a dollar or two. And I was worried about it because that's a lot of money for a Temu item, you know what I mean? But I'm really pleased with it. It is a smaller bag. Obviously, you can see that. This isn't going to hold everything in the kitchen sink. It is a smaller bag. But like I said, it is so soft. It really does seem like good quality, good material. It is so soft. I wish you could just reach through and feel it. It's that soft. If you do order it, I would be aware that over time these corners may buckle in or out depending on how you store it or use it. But I'm not too terribly worried about it. I just thought it was so incredibly cute. I love the look of it. I love the color. I love that you get these two different strap options, and the straps themselves are even very different. So your shorter strap is kind of padded and plushy a little bit, and it's thicker, and it has this kind of wrap detailing on the end with the big chunky quick release O-rings. And then your longer strap is a very traditional kind of thinner, you know, just the leather material strap with your lobster claw type clasps. Has the nice edge coating on it, but it is a very traditional kind of strap. So you get two very different straps, two very different looks that you can do with it. The strap, the longer one, is adjustable. This shorter one, it just feels incredible, just like this leather does, or this material, whatever it is. Like I said, it's supposed to be leather, so we'll see. But I am incredibly happy with it. This magnet is really strong. Like, it catches itself no problem. Let's see, the bag is empty now. Let's see if it'll cinch down more. I don't know how much it will actually cinch, and I don't want to tear it up or anything, so I don't want to push it too far. But it'll definitely cinch down more and give a little bit more of that poochy, pouch look to it. So I'm sure that this will fit my essentials no problem, and I just think it's so incredibly cute. So that was the last bag, the last item for this haul. Alright, y'all, I've been recording for over 2 hours at this point, so that was a pretty big haul, but I did have to stop and do a few things here and there. So, anyway, that was everything for my haul today. Let me know what you think. What was your favorite item? Did you dislike any of them? Or you just like, absolutely no, that is not for me. I'm not interested in that. Was there anything that you were like, hell yeah, that's amazing. I gotta get that for myself right now. Let me know in the comments below what was your favorite. Was there anything you just didn't like? So that is it. If you guys have any comments, questions, or you just want to say hello, then as always, please leave me a message down below because I absolutely love chatting with y'all. I hope that you've enjoyed this video, and thank you so much for spending some of your incredibly, incredibly precious time with me today. I will shut up now, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye, guys.